Jackie Gleason, born Herbert Walton Gleason Jr. on February 26, 1916, in Brooklyn, New York, rose from a childhood marked by abandonment and loss into one of the most influential figures of America's entertainment golden age, shaping comedy, television, film, and even music with a force few could rival. His father left when he was young, his mother died during his teens, and those early hardships forced him to grow up fast, forging the resilience, sharp wit, and emotional depth that later defined his work. Gleason learned early to use humor as both armor and connection, entertaining friends and neighbors long before he ever stepped onto a professional stage. By the late 1930s, he was working as a master of ceremonies in clubs and theaters, carefully perfecting his timing and presence, until television's rise in the 1950s gave him the perfect platform. Gleason's expressive face, booming voice, and larger-than-life energy quickly made him a household name, and his crowning achievement came in 1955 with The Honeymooners, where he portrayed Ralph Cramden, a blustering Brooklyn bus driver whose big dreams and constant schemes masked deep love and vulnerability. Alongside Audrey Meadows, Art Carney, and Joyce Randolph, Gleason captured the humor, frustration, and warmth of working-class life, creating a sitcom so influential that its 39 episodes became the blueprint for generations to follow, immortalizing catchphrases like bang, zoom, straight to the moon. Beyond sitcoms, Gleason dominated variety television with The Jackie Gleason Show, blending comedy sketches, music, and spectacle into a weekly event that drew millions, while also proving his dramatic power on film, most memorably as Minnesota Fats and Hustler, 1961, a performance that stunned critics and audiences alike. Adding yet another layer to his legacy, Gleason found massive success in music, producing lush, romantic orchestral albums such as Music for Lovers Only, which sold millions and showed his ability to move audiences without ever speaking a word. Despite fame, his persona remained rooted in the everyman, punctuated by his famous line, "How sweet it is," even as his private life revealed a far more complicated man. His 34-year marriage to Genevieve Halford was marked by loyalty, conflict, separations, and sacrifice, followed by a brief second marriage to Beverly McKittrick, and finally a stable, comforting union with Marilyn Taylor, who stood by him during his declining health. Known for his candor, Gleason later shocked audiences by pulling back the curtain on Hollywood's golden age, claiming that some beloved stars who smiled on camera were cruel and manipulative behind the scenes. He bluntly criticized Orson Welles as brilliant but vicious, accused Frank Sinatra of having a frightening mean streak, and described Joan Crawford as cold and dehumanizing once the cameras stopped rolling, warning that evil in Hollywood often hid behind tuxedos and glamour. These revelations were not bitterness, but cautionary truths from a man who had seen fame's illusions up close. Gleason's final performance in Nothing in Common, 1986, opposite Tom Hanks became a haunting farewell, as he portrayed an aging, abrasive father while privately battling colon cancer, liver disease, diabetes, and severe complications, suffering in silence with the same professionalism that defined his career. Less than a year later, on June 24, 1987, Jackie Gleason died at age 71, closing the curtain on a monumental career that left behind timeless laughter, unforgettable characters, and a legacy that still echoes through television and film, reminding the world that not all that glitters is gold, but true talent, honesty, and heart endure forever.